Hello, hi guys, happy Tuesday? Definitely Tuesday. How are you doing? Great to see you and thanks for coming back. I have not managed to source an amazing location for today, and again, I'm so sorry, it's not because I've ran out of them. I've been watching back the last couple of vlogs and the sound just isn't great when I'm outside and I'm using the headphones. So I've actually got a kind of accessory kit that I'm going to start using for the microphone to kind of try and cut out the wind noise. So I'm going to try and do it indoors until then, so I do apologise. I hope I'm interesting enough to hold your attention and you're not missing the backgrounds too much. So yesterday's vlog, as soon as I finished yesterday's vlog, I felt as if there was an extra bit of explaining that I should have done about it. You remember that yesterday we talked about our first myth about entrepreneurship and the myths that people tell you that kind of pander to the notion that it's okay if you're not putting in that much effort and it's okay if you're not working that hard. So things like, make sure you take a rest and take 8 hours sleep and everything like that. I was speaking with a couple of friends after it and some very interesting things came out of the conversation. And things which I hadn't really intended in getting across in the vlog, and I sort of wanted to take the time today to do a total disclaimer because I don't want my advice in making anybody ill, okay? This is hustle week, so we're talking about how to get a bit of an edge over what you're doing just now, and likewise how to use what you've got when you don't have anything. So for example, people who already have loads of experience in their field, lots of money to start a business, lots of time, a supportive family, a supportive husband or wife, a great business idea and office space and all these. Basically, somebody who's got everything doesn't probably need to learn these tips. I'm coming from a place where I didn't have anything, and for a certain amount of time you do have to work exceptionally hard. Surviving on 5 hours sleep a night continuously is not good for you. Make sure you get your rest. I'm not telling anybody not to rest, absolutely not like that at all. All I'm trying to say is when you come into the habit of every night you need to sleep for a minimum of 8 hours in order to be productive the next day or in order to not be tired the next day, that's an absolute myth. Not everybody needs 8 hours sleep, and likewise if you have a day that you don't want to miss out on, you definitely don't need it. So I just want to clarify that, and I just want to let you know that it's also made me think a bit more about a topic for next week, which we're going to concentrate on stress, overwhelm and overwork and work-life balance. And I'm actually speaking to a couple of very interesting people this week to get their takes on that. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So let's talk about myth 2 of Hustle Week. And I also realised I didn't do a recommendation yesterday, so I'm going to do one today. I've actually got a note in my wee pad. Myth 2. This is the myth that says in order to be in business, and in order to be successful in business, in order to get anywhere, you have to be an expert at what you do. I very much thought this when I was setting up. I was setting up in property, and to be totally 100% honest with you, I set up my own business out of sheer stubbornness. Yes, I wanted to change my life. Yes, I'd been going running. Yes, I'd been listening to Tony Robbins and Lewis Howes and all these inspirational people. Yes, I knew I needed a change. But before I made the leap, I applied for a job with nearly every letting agency in Glasgow. Funnily enough, I've actually been in contact with them since, and they don't realise it was me that applied for the job, obviously. I get turned down from every single one, and I get told I didn't have enough experience, and I get told that basically I was wasting my time. So I was just like, well, do you know what? I can do this better. And then the fear set in. I was like, can I do this better? Like, I know I can give better customer service, but do I know anything about lettings? And you can either go one of two ways when it comes to this junction. You can either do what a lot of people do and bullshit your way around it. So you see people in networking meetings all the time and they profess to be the expert in this and the expert in that, and they've got so many years experience, and I think what they do is they add up all the years that they've ever known anything about a subject and multiply it in dog years, and then that's how many years direct experience they have in that field, and that's not always the case. I've always found it to be best to be honest. If you never tell a lie, you never have to remember what you've said, and that is never truer than in business. Don't profess to be an expert at something that you vaguely know anything about. because you will get called out on it. You may get asked to present on it or to give a speech on it, or even worse, somebody who looks up to you might ask for your advice and you might let them down. That would be the worst thing in the world. I come up against a lot of people in a lot of different walks of life, from very, very senior executives, from company owners to very rich and wealthy individuals, right down to the guy in the morning who goes and gets my tea for my breakfast. I speak to every single one of them the exact same. I treat them all the exact same. I give them the exact same time of day. I would give them the same story if they asked what I was doing. You don't need to become this different person in order to go on in business. You don't need to be somebody that you're not already, because see, the person you are, that's what the market wants. And when I came to Kuwait, I was very concerned about how Kuwait was going to react to this wee Scottish lassie with a dodgy accent and no idea about property, that just kind of turned up to things, laughed a lot and was really loud and annoying, and how that was going to go down, and it went down all right. I think. I mean, I can't be anything apart from be myself, and as soon as I start trying to be something else, that's when problems come. I moved to London last year for 3 months, and it was probably the worst 3 months of my life. I not only felt extremely homesick, I felt like a fish out of water. I felt as if I didn't belong. I felt lonely. I felt isolated. I felt as if I wasn't being true to myself. I felt as if I was losing a grip on everything. And the reason I felt that was because I was trying to be something I wasn't. I was trying to be this vision of this international businesswoman that I held in such high regard and I wanted to be one day. And that wasn't me. That's not where I'm from. That's not my values. That's not how I want to live my life. And as soon as I stopped trying to be like that, I became happy again. And actually then what happened was it led me to Kuwait. It's all about being you, and it's all about doing you and doing that the best. There's no other you. There's nobody else with your life experience. There's nobody else with your taking things. And if you're going into a crowded marketplace where everybody's trying to be the best, the only difference that you can bring is you. And maybe you're just what the market needs. Maybe you're that breath of fresh air that everybody's been waiting on. And when they see you walk in and they sense something different about you, they're interested. And at the moment they're interested and you give them that different thing that they're looking for, they'll work with you. You'll win them over. If you come in and they think you're something different and then you just pretend like you're like all the others, you're not going to get anywhere. Sarah Blakely from Spanx tells a really, really interesting story about when she started up, and she said she used to go around and see clients and she had this red backpack that she carried all her, I think it was the kind of prototypes of the underwear in. And she says, be the girl with the red backpack. Tell people you're starting out. Tell people that you're on a journey. You don't know whether it's going to work, and people will connect with that. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm doing the vlog, because I think so many times people wait until they're successful to turn around and go, it's okay, the coast is clear, you can do it. And they're so far removed from your reality that if you believe them, you don't think it applies to you. But most of the time you can not believe them as well. You know, you can look at somebody who is super successful and they say to you, I genuinely did it through hard work. And you look at them and go, that's not possible, I bet there was something else. And then you kind of dismiss everything else about their journey. And if you do believe them, you think, but that can't happen to me. I am even aware at the moment of how many people must be watching this vlog looking at me going, but you're in Kuwait, you must have had some kind of leg up there. The amount of people I come across in everyday life who inquire as to how exactly we ended up here, and you know, that's totally fine. My message is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I can't repeat that enough. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's not about how much you start with. It's not about where you are when you start. It's just about starting, and just do one thing and take one step. And after that step, we'll follow this series of steps. It may lead you to places that you didn't know you were going to go. Starting out in entrepreneurship is like starting out down a corridor. And when you start at the start of the corridor, you can see your goals at the end and you know where you're going and you're going after that. It's not until you take a step down and you end up a couple of steps forward that you actually see that there's these doors off the corridor, and all these doors open, and behind every single one of these doors is opportunity. You can't see it when you're standing at the start. You can only see it when you make the start and go down it. And when you're honest about what stage you're at, and you're honest that you're not an expert, and you're honest that you're not the messiah of lettings, you will connect with other people who want to help you. You will connect with the professionals. Some of the people I connected with in my lettings journey are still some of my best friends to this day. And they're people who took me under their wing and who taught me stuff, who told me what a short assured tenancy was, which is the most ridiculous thing that a letting agent doesn't know. People will help you, but they won't help you if they don't think you need help. Again, over 10 minutes. Wow. So, recommendation for today. Because it's Hustle Week, I'm going to recommend you to the king of hustle. Anybody who's not checked out Gary Vaynerchuk and you're considering setting up a business, please go check out Gary Vaynerchuk right now. He's the king of social media. He's the king of hustle, and he talks in a language that you understand. He speaks to you as if he's going through it at the same time with you. If you can't get any of the books, so the best books are Crush It, The Thank You Economy, Jab, 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 Right Hook, and his new one that's just out, which is The Gary V Show. If you can't get any of the books in hardback or paperback, you can get them on audio. Or he also does a couple of really, really good keynote speeches on YouTube. So it doesn't cost you anything. Go check him out on YouTube. Have a look at his speeches. If you put in Gary V, V-E-E, to save you having to spell his last name, then you'll bring him up on YouTube. Have a look at him. He will teach you how to hustle like your life depended on it. And tomorrow we're going to debunk another one of the myths about stuff that you don't need in order to get started in business, and things that you don't need to believe. And if you get rid of them, that's actually how you're going to break through. I really hope you found today helpful, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to you tomorrow, and I'll try and get the audio sorted so we can do it outside. Good night. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.